Hello everyone, this is ARYAN Thakkar, your coach and mentor, and welcome back to my YouTube channel on ARYAN Tutorials, where in this video I'm going to take up your ISC Class 12's Macbeth Act 5 Scene 7. Now, before I get started, I want to request you that if you haven't watched my earlier videos, then please kindly go check them out and do let me know in the comment section below as well whether are you liking my teaching or not. And because it is through your motivation, it drives me to make such quality explanation pertaining to subjects like economics, commerce and English. ठीक है? So without wasting any more time, let's get started. Now, Act 5, Scene 7 brings us one step closer to Macbeth's tragic end. So this scene in particular is a culmination of Macbeth's doomed destiny, which is about to approach him. And Macbeth is about to confront Macduff, as it was prophesied by the armed head, beware Macduff. So Macduff shall be the reason for Macbeth's downfall and his tragic end. But before that happens, Macbeth continues to rely upon the witch's prophecy, not realizing that witch's prophecy were never made to work in favor of him. And even though the Burnham Wood ka prophecy did not turn out to his favor, he still wants to believe that no one born of a woman will be able to cause harm upon him. Meanwhile, he confronts young Siward, who is older Siward's younger son, not younger son, his only son, and they get into a duel, DUEL wala duel, yani that is a battle of swords, and the young Siward is slain. He is killed. ठीक है? So let's start and quickly complete this. It's a very short scene. So scene 7 takes place in the another part of the field. There is alarm, there is sound of trumpet and whole lot of bustle and commotion of battle which is ongoing. Enters Macbeth, saying that they have tied me to a stake. Now, who are they? They are basically Macbeth's foe. Foe means enemies. So he says that I am surrounded by my enemies. चारों तरफ मेरे दुश्मन हैं और मैं हर तरफ से घिरा हुआ हूँ. ठीक है? I am basically my enemies are closing in. Closing in मतलब he is getting, they are approaching near to him. So they have tied me to a stake and I cannot fly, but bear like I must fight the cause. So now this bear like refers to bear baiting. बेटिंग का मतलब क्या होता है? जैसे किसी एक जानवर को चारा बनाया जाता है दूसरे जानवर के सामने. सो दिस बेयर बेटिंग वाज अ स्पोर्ट वेयर bear was supposed to be tied and other animals were left open. They were unleashed to go and attack on the bear who was tied by a rope, and this was considered to be as a form of amusement or entertainment for the spectators जो उसको देख रहे होंगे. So Macbeth is comparing his current state, his current condition to that of bear baiting. कि ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे भालू की तरह बांध दिया गया है, चारों तरफ से दुश्मन आके मेरे ऊपर अटैक कर रहे हैं. ठीक है? So no matter whatsoever my condition is, I must fight the course. I have to go on and proceed with the battle. What's he? Who is that person that was not born of a woman? Such a one I am to fear or none. So who is that person who was not born of a woman? Only that is the person who I need to be afraid of. Apart from that, मुझे और किसी से डरने का जरूरत नहीं है. Meanwhile enters young Siward saying, what is thy name? Questioning him. नाम क्या है तुम्हारा? Because he doesn't know, he hasn't met Macbeth before. So he questions him his name, to which he replies, thou shalt be afraid to hear it. मतलब अभी भी in his final hours where he is about to meet his death, still he is governed. Macbeth is governed, or he is consumed. He is consumed by arrogance. अभी भी लास्ट में आते आते भी उसका घमंड नहीं टूट रहा है. This shows that he continues to rely upon witch's prophecy, believing that witch's prophecy immune him from any sort of harm, that no person who's born of a woman will be able to overthrow Macbeth. So you will be afraid to hear my name. To which he says, no. Though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any is in hell, even if you pronounce yourself to be as someone who is who is the worst demon or devil of the hell, still I won't be amused or I won't be afraid to hear your name. तो अगर तुम शैतान का भी नाम ले लो, even if you call yourself to be a devil who resides in hell, I still won't be afraid to hear it. To which he says that my name is Macbeth. So he confides in, he confronts by saying that मेरा नाम Macbeth है. To which young Siward, he immediately feels pestered, annoyed, and agitated by hearing this name, because he might have heard his name so many times while marching down to Scotland, that he's extremely displeasured upon hearing his name. To which he says that the devil himself could not pronounce a title more hateful to my ear. Even if devil were to come in front of me and confront me and address himself as devil, I would be more pleased than to hear than your name, which is more poisonous than the devil himself. मतलब तुम्हारा नाम इतना ज्यादा बेकार है कि तुम्हारा इवन अगर शैतान भी आके बोले कि मैं शैतान हूं, तो वो भी मुझे ज्यादा अच्छा लगेगा than to hear this name of yours, that you are Macbeth. To which he says that, haha, no, not more fearful, don't worry, even if devil would come and confront you, you wouldn't be afraid, because I am more terrific than devil himself. यानी मैं ज्यादा डरावना हूं devil से, ठीक है? I am more frightening than a devil. To which he says, he counterattacks by saying that, huh, you're lying, thou liest, abhorred tyrant. Now, abhorred is a word which conveys deep-rooted disgust or deep-rooted contempt for someone. ठीक है? CONTEMPT. Contempt is your deep-rooted disgust or disliking towards someone. So he expresses his deep-rooted contempt towards Macbeth by calling him abhorred tyrant. And tyrant to आपको पता है, someone who dictates. With my sword, I'll prove the lie thou speakest. So come, he challenges Macbeth to come and fight with him in a sword duel. DUEL wala duel, ठीक है? And he'll prove, young Siward will prove while fighting that whatever he's saying, it's a lie. To which they start fighting, they fight, and young Siward is slain. He is killed. लड़ते लड़ते मर जाता है young Siward. To which Macbeth says, thou was it born of woman, but swords I smile at and weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by man that's of a woman born. So he says that while Macbeth has killed young Siward, to which he reflects onto this fact once again. He recalls the prophecy by saying that, since you have been slain, you have been killed, I believe that you were born of a woman. So I am supposed to smile, means mock, at any sword, at any woman, at any weapon, laugh to scorn. I am supposed to make fun, or I am supposed to mock any weapon or any kind of swords which is brandished. Brandish means which is held by a man. Man means mortal being who is born of a woman. So any person who is born of a woman can cause me no harm. So I am supposed to make fun and mock at that person. Exit, ठीक है? This like Macbeth wala side of scene is quit now, exit. Meanwhile, Macduff, who is somewhere onto the other part of the battlefield, wahan pe we are taken to enter Macduff. That way the noise is, tyrant, show thy face. I think the noise is coming from that side of the battlefield. Tyrant, he's addressing tyrant to Macbeth by saying that, come and reveal your face, confront me and show your face. If thou beest slain, and with no stroke of mine, if you are killed, and that too without any strike of my sword, अगर तुम मर गए और वो भी मेरे तलवार के बिना, मेरे तलवार के आघात से, अटैक से, my wife and children's ghost will haunt me still. So my wife and my children's spirit is gonna haunt me forever. ठीक है? वो मुझे तड़पाते रहेंगे, सताते रहेंगे उनकी आत्मा. I cannot strike at wretched kerns. I do not want to fight with these foot soldiers. Kerns are foot soldiers. Wretched means these weak and ugly kerns whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Basically, who have been bribed to fight on Macbeth's side. Either thou, Macbeth, either it is you, Macbeth, that I am going to fight against, or else my sword with an unbattered edge. So either I am going to make my sword dull while fighting against you, or else I am going to sheath it again undeeded. So without killing anyone, I am going to sheath it back, means I am going to draw my sword back. मैं अपना तलवार बिना लड़े ही रख दूंगा, या तो तुम्हारे साथ लड़ूंगा मैकबेथ और तुझे मारूंगा, नहीं तो मैं किसी और के साथ फाइट ही नहीं करूंगा. दैट इज व्हाट हिज रिजॉल्व इज. हिज बोलते हैं ना, उसका प्रण है, वो प्रतिज्ञा ली है उसने. दैट इज व्हाट हिज ओथ इज, pledges. There thou shouldest be. I think there you should be. By this great clatter, by this noise which is coming, which is heard from afar, one of the greatest note, which marks of a notable person. So the noise which is coming from the other side of the field, it it indicates that maybe some noteworthy person is there, and by that noise I believe that it is nobody else but you, that is Macbeth. Seems brutal, let me find him. Fortune, please, destiny, come stay by my side and help me find Macbeth, and no more beg I not, and more I beg not, and apart from this I do not beg for anything else. Exit alarm. He quits. Meanwhile, onto the other part of the scene, enter Malcolm and Siward. Siward says, "This way, my lord, the castle's gently rendered. The castle has already surrendered. This way, my lord. Through this way, you have to enter the castle." The tyrants' people on both sides do fight. Like the tyrants' army is fighting, and our army is giving a good retreat to them, like good counter attack to them on both sides of the battlefield. The noble thanes do bravely in the war, and all our thanes are doing well. They are fighting well in the war. The day almost itself professes your. By the end of the day, victory shall be ours. That is, victory shall fall into the England. Take a English army, and little is to do, and little is to be done. Malcolm, we have met with foes. We have already confronted our enemies that strike beside us, who are fighting against us. To which Siward says, "Enter, sir, the castle. Please, sir, please enter the castle." And this scene comes to an end. Now, to tell you something about the scene, one last thing that you have to bear in mind about the scene is that even though Macbeth somewhere knows that his destiny is doomed, but still his decision to fight like a soldier in his last hour, it shows that Macbeth dies as a tragic hero and not as a villain. Okay, that is why this is a story of a tragic hero. Like, in spite of knowing that he has done everything wrong in his life, whatever he did to ascend to power, to ascend to throne, it was not right of him to do. But yet, despite all this, even in his last hours of life, he is not willing to give up, and he is willing to fight like a warrior, like a true soldier. This shows that Macbeth is a tragic hero and not a villain of a person, of a character. And with this, we come to an end of scene 7. I hope you are liking my explanation. And if you're liking my content, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Till then, keep smiling, keep studying. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.